So we all know we had a game that recently came out called Shadow of Sonic Generations. Oh shit, wrong picture. But anyway, what the fuck is that? But anyway, we know we had Shadow of Sonic Generations, but basically the year of Shadow, and it was on to a great game. Now, in my opinion, I think it's somebody else's time to shine. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. Silver the Hedgehog. If the year of Shadow ends up being successful due to Sonic and Shadow Generations, which it did, finally give a satisfying interpretation of Shadow, then I want Silver to get the same treatment. Although his issue isn't his personality or iteration, he just lacks screen time and proper gameplay. We barely saw Silver, man. The last time we saw this forces in '06, but forces. But overall, think about it, I think Silver is an awesome character, and I believe he deserves his time to shine like Knuckles and Shadow. Also want a Silver game that would be very epic, and yeah. But honestly, when you think about it, Silver could get your after Sonic 3 based off of credit scene, it's much more likely we're gonna get a year for Metal Sonic or Amy if both is SEGA, if they're crazy. Will Silver get his own credit scene in the movie? Then we can plan his year, but at the moment I finna plan his year right now. So to think about it, the game will come out in 2026 to mark 20 years since Silver's first appearance in Sonic 06. It is a remaster of Unleashed, obvious, with a Silver campaign added on. I doubt they do too much to alter Unleashed, but it would be nice to look slightly better and a little more forgiving, with the Sun and Moon medal being replaced with red medals from like the other game when you collect stuff. I think Silver campaign could potentially go along lines with the events Unleashed, with the Earth being broken apart, affecting the future, and Silver has to deal with that. Maybe he go back to time to find the cause of this. I'm not so sure how the two stories would interact without changing on the side too much, but it could lead to some interesting story plots, and I also want to see a more cooler gameplay style for Silver that would actually show his powers. Like, I don't know how to say it, you know how the power he lifts up things, he can levitate and stuff like that, in interesting ways, clever ways. Could be more of a puzzle platformer mixed with some high speed amulets. And actually thinking setting wise, something that would go more cool in Silver is just going back in time. What maybe to see his future versions of stage and base Unleashed, how they affected by Earth breaking apart the Dark Gaia monsters, and there could be sort of a parallel with the past and the future, and that could make good marketing. What I also imagine is like Ratchet and Clank, A Crack in Time. If anybody played that, in that game there is a mechanic where you can travel between past and future versions of the level, and what can you do in the past affect the future, and you can use those solve platforming puzzles and stuff. Alright, before I talk about more about this, I should preface by saying a few things. I love Unleashed, but I'm aware of his problems. Second off, I love Silver, and I think he had very much untapped potential, something like that. And the chance of this still happening is very low and slim, and the tire dependent on other things that happening with the IP. And my ideas are being the Sonic 3 movie being successful, and then going plot that about Silver, that being '06 or something original. The other option, Shadow Generations, being well received, which it is and selling well. Also the willingness of SEGA will go in more playable characters after Shadow. And the other one, if SEGA has courage to release Unleashed because of not damaging the warehouse, as not to damage the reputation of IP again. And the other one, if there any enough capitalism with Silver in the first place. And what's down with that? Here are a few more ideas. This one idea I have is give Silver animation like Dark Beginnings they did for Shadow of Sonic Generations, highlighting his character, belief, showing how he'll wind up in the present and record his backstory, aka the future being destroyed and nobody was there, and Silver doesn't know why. And the plot plays the same time as Unleashed and serve his post again as his '06 origin. And honestly, it would show him meeting Blaze and forming a bond with her, also reestablish her character, maybe bring in for Chaotix, because Chaotix ain't even known at this point. Another cool feature they could add to give him the Hedgehog Engine 2 boost stages with the ability time back to the telekinesis. And something that'd be very cool that he runs in with the Chaotix, because I feel like Silver would go nice to the Chaotix. I know he's not part of a team, but it'd be cool to see Charmy, SPO, and Vector, Blaze, and Silver and Unleash. I feel like that'd be a great cameo or great bonding moment for all of them. And basically the moral of the story is where Blaze and Silver find a purpose to come a step closer on their prestigious missions to prevent the disaster what happened going on in the game. And honestly, just think about it, another nice idea to let him pursue the warehouse on, because he seems the champion of Dark Gaia is responsible for the certain crisis, then the source of a crisis in the future. It'd be something like in Sonic 06, Mephiles tricking Sonic of him being but if the trigger his world and killing Sonic will help him save his world to not be like a flaming place. But he lied, but this will be, I feel like this Silver game will be like his story will basically be like 06 but a little bit different, and he have a connection to a Dark Gaia or something like that. Or him or Chip are the Light Gaia together, and he found out that Chip is the other Light Gaia. So, who knows though? And since Unleashed has some problems, if they make this happen, I feel like this would be for the base game. They should have graphical adjustments. So, you know how on PlayStation, I think the PlayStation was powerful in the 360, but it's dropped a ton of frames on some stages. So, they should go ahead and fix that. I mean, we do have a PS5 and a Switch too, so should not be no problem with graphics problems. And they should fix the nice stages, the quality of the life features, /maybe apply some Frontier style changes and maybe shorten them. And something else would maybe make a mode like a 1/1 ratio Unleashed experience, and with one with moderate changes. And other thing would be nice is a new voiceover, which I know not everybody will support, and a few additions to the story so it doesn't feel disconnected to Silver story. Some bonus content could be like DLC for scrapping stages, they scrap it. But these are just my ideas, like nobody don't got to agree with them or disagree. It's just legit my ideas. I feel like how Unleashed can be better if they decide to release the game, which I feel like they probably don't, because SEGA is SEGA. But that's all I have for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed the short commentary review ideas I have for potential of the Year of Silver. Hopefully Year of Silver can happen. I mean, we did have Shadow, and we'd be having a ton of years of Sonic, even though there's some bad, terrible Sonic games. I won't say at the moment, but there is totally some worse Sonic games I don't enjoy to this day. But if y'all enjoyed this video, please tell me how I can improve on my long commentary, and tell me how y'all saw the video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.